Hello everyone, welcome back to your own channel Quantum Math. We are still discussing GST and we'll try to complete it in today's video. There are one or two topics which are there. Let's complete those two. So in today's video we are going to talk about reverse change mechanism, e-way bill and advanced ITC chain problems, and also inverse GST, reverse calculation of GST. We will know how these things are done via example problems. So let's begin. Here's a plot twist in GST. What we have understood so far, there is a little bit of change now. Normally the supplier collects and pays GST, what we have learned, but in some cases the receiver has to pay the tax. So this is called reverse change mechanism and it's the most surprising part of GST. So let's see how it works. So under normal GST we have seen that supplier first of all supplier charges GST, right? Supplier will charge the GST and customer has to pay it. However, in this case, under reverse charge, supplier will not charge any GST. They will charge only the cost price or whatever the selling price is there. They will charge to the customer that one, but not the GST. Why does it happen? Why they are not charging GST? This is the question, right? So there are some scenarios. For example, the supplier is not registered under GST. It's not, there is a possibility, right? The supplier is not registered under GST. If it is, he is not registered, then how to collect it? He or she will not be able to collect GST, right? That's why what they do, they will only charge the product price and ask the retailer or whoever is there to pay the GST amount. Okay, this is one scenario. Second scenario is like e-commerce companies like Amazon, Flipkart, who are running from outside India. For example, if they are outside India and they don't have this GST concept outside India, so how they will pay it? They don't pay GST to government, they don't have anything, so they don't collect it. So the vendors who are having registered GST, they collect it, or the customer will pay directly. Like for services by government departments like post, transport of goods, they don't have GST, they don't collect it, so the end user will or the retailer will pay the GST. Services, for example, advocate, author, photographer, artist, all these people, they don't charge GST, they only take their whatever value they have added, so that they will take, and they don't take any GST, they can't collect it. So in those cases we have reverse charge mechanism. Understood? Reverse charge mechanism, where who will pay? The receiver will pay the GST to government directly. Understood? This is clear? Now, for example, I will give you one example. One YouTuber is there. Okay, there is a YouTuber, and what he or she is doing, hiring a content writer. The YouTuber is hiring a content writer, freelancer. So what happens here? Content writer is a freelancer. You know what do you mean by freelancer? They don't have any fixed GST number, and they are not registered, and their annual income is below 20 lakhs sometimes. So if it is sometimes less than 20 lakhs your turnaround, then it is not compulsory for you to have a GST registered number. Okay, so normally they will charge you GST, but since they are unregistered, the recipient have to pay the GST on the services. Got it? So the writer will give the service, YouTuber will pay the money, but they don't take GST. They don't take GST, they do only take money for their services what they have provided. But the YouTuber who is the receiver of the service has to pay the GST to government. He or she will pay the GST to the government. Got it? So this is called as reverse mechanism. Understood? Now, if this concept is clear, let's move on to the e-bill. What do you mean by electronic billing system? What is a e-bill? Here, when goods worth more than 50,000 are transported by vehicle, an e-way bill must be generated. Okay, this is electronic way bill, not e-bill. Electronic way bill. So whenever there is a 50,000 transaction and the goods are going in transportation, then we have to have. So the important points related to e-way bill is that electronic, it is registered, it is uploaded in the e-way bill portal, and whenever 50,000 is there, exceeding 50,000 goods, then only we need that. And a unique EBN, e-way bill number, is generated whenever we are applying this on the portal, and it is available for the supplier, transporter, and a recipient. So if you have seen, if you got something more than 50,000 amount, you ordered something like AC or a phone which is more than 50,000. So whenever it comes online, there will be a e-way bill attached to the receipt. Okay, you can check that. So mostly this type of problems may not come in exam, but 1 mark or MCQ topic such as what is the threshold value of e-way bill, so you can write 50,000 rupees. Got it? Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Let's do a problem here. A Mumbai distributor, a distributor from Mumbai, buys a refrigerator from the company directly. Distributor is from Mumbai, company is from Mumbai as well. And the price was rupees 35,000. Got it? So dealer and supplier both are from Mumbai, and the price was 35,000. Now he supplies it. This person is supplying it to Nagpur at a price 36,000. Got it? then dealer, then another dealer. So first dealer, then it is going to second dealer. Now second dealer D2, what he is doing? Selling to the consumer in Indore. The consumer is in Indore. Consumer means the last person who is utilizing that product. Now this has increased to 40,000. The price of this product has increased to 40,000 rupees. Got it? And since it is an electronic item, GST will be 18%. GST will be how much? 18%. Understood this whole scenario? First of all, Mumbai to Mumbai, what is that? Intrastate. Then Mumbai to Nagpur, interstate or intrastate? Intrastate, because Nagpur is in Maharashtra, Mumbai is in Maharashtra. Both are in same state, intrastate. Nagpur to Indore, interstate, because Indore is in Madhya Pradesh, MP. Nagpur is in Maharashtra. So there are two different states involved. That's why this last transaction is of interstate. And the GST percentage is 18%. What we need to find here? We need to find the net IGST on the whole transaction. How much IGST is paid? How much CGST is paid? How much state GST is paid by all the dealers, and the total cost for the end user after applying everything, after plus 40,000 plus 18% of GST, what will be the final price? All these things are to be found out. Clear? Is this problem clear to you guys? Okay. Now, if you want, you can pause the video and try to do this problem on your own. Anyways, I will do it in a second, but you pause it and try to do first on your own, then check the answer. Okay, good, fine. Moving on, let's see. Okay, this is very small. So anyways, what we will do here, we will do it in a table form. So first of all, we will calculate IGST of the first transaction, that is Mumbai to Mumbai transaction, whatever has happened. We will do the calculation for transaction number 1. Transaction 1. So how much is the IGST? All are 18%. So CGST will be of 9%, and SGST will also be of 9%. Here, this is the transaction versus intrastate, right? We have heard. So for intrastate, we don't have any IGST. We have only CGST and CGST. What was the price? Price was 35,000. For 35,000, 9% is 3240. 3,240 is the central GST that has to be paid, and 3,240 is the state GST they have to pay. This is something the dealer 1 has provided to the manufacturer. dealer 1 has given this much to the manufacturer. Understood? Great. Now moving on. However, this was the output GST, means what he has paid the dealer 1. What is the input GST? What he has got? What is the input GST? That was also a intrastate transaction, and the sorry, I got confused. So input GST is something what D1 has paid to manufacturer. Output for him is what he has got from the dealer 2. Okay, right. So the output is 36,000 rupees. Output is on 36,000 and input is on 35,000 because he got that in 35,000 rupees and he has sold into 36,000. So the output will be on 36,000 and input GST will be on 35,000. Is it correct? Okay. Now here also he is not having any interstates, that's why no IGST, and 9% of 36,000, 9% is 3240, that is correct. 9% of 35,000 is 3150. 3150 and 3150. So this is what he has paid. So how much now he has to pay? Net payable is net payable amount, no nothing in IGST, only he has to pay 90 rupees in CGST and 90 rupees in SGST. Got it? So don't get confused in output and input GSTs. Now this is transaction 1 which has happened. What about the next transaction? That is the transaction which is from Nagpur to Indore, which is intrastate. Here the output GST what he has got is 18% of 40,000 because he ultimately sold the item in 40,000 to the end customer, and the input what he has paid to dealer 1 is at 36,000, right? So as this is a IGST will be 7,200, 18%. At 18% it will be 7,200, and there is no CGST and SGST in this transaction because it is interstate transaction. Whereas input remains the same for this 3240. Output for this person will be input for this person, right? So and it was a intrastate, so we are not having anything. So here only 3240 and 3240 is the amount. Now utilization of CGST. What he will do now? He will utilize the first what he can utilize? He can utilize CGST against whatever IGST he has paid. He can utilize the CGST first, not the SGST. He has to utilize this first to offset it. So 3240 got offsetted utilizing of CGST, offsetting it. So 3240 is gone. Okay. Now utilizing the SGST to offset. So here 3240, 3240, 0. What about this? How much is remaining for him? He has got 3240. He has to pay 3240. But how much is remaining for him? After 7200, 3240 is gone. So whatever is remaining from 7200 minus 3240 minus 3240, he can pay SGST also. So now after paying everything is gone, still he has some amount of money. What is that amount? 720, which he got extra from the end customer. Understood? He got this extra 720. He has paid this much, 3240, 3240. And we are going by sequence. We are doing it by central, by state, everything is done. Then we are checking whether any more GST is available with him or not. Yes. So what he will do? Net GST which is payable is net GST payable. What he will pay here? He will pay IGST because the last transaction was interstate. So he will pay IGST of 720. Net 720 he has to pay to the government in the form of IGST. Understood? I hope this was clear. A little bit of confusion will be there, but if you do this problem, try to understand things, it will be very much easier. And the final thing was, how much is this cost that was, how much the end customer paid to the dealer too. 40,000 plus GST, 18% of this is how much? It will be 7,200. We know that, just now we saw. And so the consumer is paying rupees 47,200 to the dealer too. 47,200 is the final price. Got it? So just remember this point: when a dealer has intrastate ITC, that is CGST plus SGST will be there in the form of ITC for intrastate, but needs to pay interstate. In this case, he is having SGST, IGST, but he has to pay IGST. So what he will do? First, the credit goes to fulfill center CGST. Against CGST credit goes against IGST first, then SGST credit goes against remaining the IGST. Got it? So preference will be given to center, then to the state. First center will take its share, then if remaining amount fulfills the state, then it will offset it. Otherwise, if something has to be added, then he has to add it, or he will not get the full amount refunded. Okay, he has to check in another transactions to complete that. Got it? So now we'll move on and try to complete our last topic, which is inverse GST. What do you mean by inverse GST? Inverse GST means sometimes in GST problems you are not given the price, so you are given the final amount including GST, and you have to work backwards to find the original price. These are called inverse GST problems. Understood? So here what is given? Price is given. percentage GST is given, and you are finding the GST and the final price, right? This is simple problem where we are doing methodically step by step from initial from first to last. Here in inverse GST, what is happening? GST rate will be given and final amount will be given. What we need to find out? We need to find the price at which this is missing. This price is missing, GST percentage, and this final amount will be there. You have to find the price. So from final step to first step you have to come. So to get this, there is a formula: price of an item equal to final amount multiplied by 100 divided by 100 plus R divided by 100 plus R. R is the rate of GST percentage. Price is the, what is the price, cost price in which we have received the good, and final amount is the amount after adding the GST, that is 47,200. Understood? Note down this formula. We'll do one problem. So for example, think of it like this: if you add 18% to a price and get 2000, for example, if you are adding 18% and after adding 18% GST, the final price is 2124. Okay, so don't subtract 18% from 2124. That will be wrong. Finding 18% of 2124 and subtracting it to get the price, that will be wrong. You can't do like that. What we need to do, we need to, if you want to get the price equal to 2124 multiplied by 100 divided by 100 plus 18, that is 118. This will give you the price of the item, that is 1800 rupees. Understood? So 2124 is the final price, 1800 is the price of the item. After adding GST, it became 2124. Now you subtract 2124 minus 1800, you will get 324 as the GST amount. Got it? So this is very simple. If you know the formula, you can do it very well. So students subtract R percentage from the final amount, which is wrong. Don't commit that mistake. It's a very common mistake which people do. Let's do one problem here. A dealer sells electric kettle for rupees 2150. 2150. He reduced the price so customer pays only 2124. Now he has reduced the price for the customer and the new price is 2124, which is including the GST, which in this price includes GST of 18%. 18% GST. Understood? So find the reduced price and amount of reduction. Two things we need to find here. First, what is the reduced price excluding the GST? From this, we need to remove the GST and find the reduced price. Okay. Second is how much he reduced. Find the reduction. find the reduction. So how we'll do that? Let the reduced price be X. Let reduced price equal to X. Then X plus 18% of X is how much? X plus 18% of X. That is, reduced price is X. We have to add 18% of GST. So 18% of X, that is GST, plus the price will give you how much? 2124, because he says that everything including is 2124. Got it? 18% of X. So what happens here? Same. We are moving towards the same formula which is above. X 1 plus 18 by 100. 18% means 18 by 100 equal to 2124. So upon solving, 118 by 100 equal to this, X equal to 2124 multiplied by 100 divided by 118. This is the same formula that is there, right? So if you do the calculation, you are getting it X equal to rupees 1800. This is the reduced price. So original price is how much? 2150. Original price was given in the problem as 2150. And reduced price $1800. How much is the reduction? Reduction is 350 rupees of reduction is done. Got it? So what is the reduced price? We know what is the reduced price now. How much reduction? 350 of reduction is done on this commodity. Got it? Hope this is clear to you. Only remember this formula. The price will be final amount multiplied by 100 divided by 100 plus the rate of GST. Okay. So yep, that's it in this video and in this chapter. We'll see you in the next chapter of banking. Till then, take care, subscribe to this channel, like the video and share it with your friends if you truly care for them. Thank you. See you. Bye.